Hello everyone, good evening. So today's topic we are going to cover compassion for the Divine Masculine and clearing the yearning of the Divine Feminine. So it's really about having patience and understanding for each other on this journey, on this twin flame journey. So I was working on clearing out surrogately for the Divine Masculine of somebody. I have some clients that are Divine Feminine, so as I was surrogately working on the clearing out the emotions of the Divine Masculine, I felt so much compassion for this Divine Masculine because, we store in our DNA memories, and those memories are also memories of our ancestors. So when the Divine Feminines get impatient with their masculine and they don't find him responding in the way that, or him or her, the Divine Masculine can be male or female. When they don't find the Divine Masculine responding in the way they want or they expect, they get very impatient and they want to quit the journey. Well, if you knew deep inside how much clearing is required, and if you realized how much more time the Divine Feminines have had to do their clearing work, you would have a little more patience for the Divine Masculine. And also, the fact that we are stuck in a yearning cycle, which is also a low vibration, we need to clear that out too. As long as we are not at the pace, at the level of courage, we're not attracting the twin flame union either, So let me just show you. I have worked through so many different emotions. I just want to clarify, there were ancestors on the side of the mother. There were ancestors on the side of the father. Some were 2 generations, some were 10 generations ago. There is so much stuff to clear out. As I am working on these ancestors, I see, look at the chart here. Okay, so this is the emotion codes chart. So sometimes I will see, for example, the whole thing. I'll see depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted. I'll see like a whole organ that's affected by one emotion after another. Sometimes I'll see shame, I'll see shock, and then you begin to wonder, well, what happened? What happened to this ancestor? You think of wars, you think of maybe they had a relationship that went sour, maybe their parents didn't agree to what they wanted. There is just so much stuff that they are clearing out, and they don't even have these tools. We've taken our time, we've gotten trainings, we've learned how to do things, we've developed our intuition, we know how to use techniques to clear out stuff. They're not even focused on emotions. They can't even recognize the emotions half the time, So let's have some mercy and compassion for them, because there's a lot to clear out before they're going to be at a place where they can even seriously consider a harmonious union. Okay, so the person I'm working on now, I'm going to look at the chart again. The next one that came up was, so it was column B, and it was row 4, and then as I hone in on that particular column, you'll see the thing that I got was depression. So I'm muscle testing that we need to clear depression, and it's for an ancestor for this Divine Masculine, and it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. That's a lot of depression for this person to have to face. I've already cleared a ton of emotions for them already. I just wanted to do the tail end of it so that I could put it on video and share with the world that this is a path of great healing, and you need to give them the time that it takes to heal. And you can also do it surrogately for them. Once you learn how to do the muscle testing, you can do it yourself for your Divine Masculine surrogately, with permission from their higher self. So let's clear out now. Once you know the emotion, so we know that it's depression. So, and it's for an ancestor, so we need to do it at least 10 times, and we muscle test afterwards and see if it's cleared out. So you can start here. The governing spine meridian runs from here to here. What we're doing is we're unscrambling the energy of that depression from this meridian, you know, with the magnet. So this is just an ordinary fridge magnet, okay? And it's a beautiful magnet from the path of meditation, you know, that I am a part of, and it says build bridges of love, Sant Rajinder Singh Ji Maharaj. I love this magnet. Okay, so you start from here. Okay, so you're so clearing depression. You're just running it over your head and to the back. Essentially the meridian goes all the way to the tailbone, but you don't need to do it all the way to the tailbone. You can just do it, you can do it as far as your hand can go, and just imagine the rest. It'll happen on its own. And I find often when I'm doing this work that my spine will straighten up as well. I just keep doing it till I feel a shift. You know, I don't necessarily count. Generally it takes about 10 times if it's ancestral, 10 swipes, and if it's for the person themselves, then it's about 3 swipes. Okay, let me check. So clearing depression, checking for depression, 0, 0, 1. So 1 is a 0, 1 is not there, so it's a 0. Let's check if it's a half. No, let's check if it's a quarter. It's a quarter, so it isn't completely gone. I always like to check all the way to the end. I want to make sure it's completely 0. Okay, so even though we're clearing this particular divine masculine, it's not so much his own energy. It's the energy of an ancestor. It's on his mother's side. It's 1 generation, 2 generations so ago, and it's a male, so it's his grandfather. It's basically 2 generations back. It's his grandfather on his mother's side. It's his mother's father. So that's what we're clearing out, the depression of the grandfather, which is in his DNA. Unfortunately, we carry DNA from several generations in our memories. So there is all this stuff that needs to be cleared out. It's not just your twin flame stuff. It's ancestral stuff they also have, you know, that needs to be cleared out. So this is just to encourage the divine feminines to have patience and to have compassion for their divine masculines and understand what a big task it is. And yet, all the reports say that the divine masculines are healing way faster than the divine feminines did. They have a whole different hormonal chemistry, and they're able to take bigger strides. So when they really get to it, they can go faster than we can. It's like they're stronger than us in some ways, you know, they're stronger than the divine feminines in some ways. So even in this way, just feel gratitude. Instead of feeling anger, feel gratitude in your heart for the journey that they are taking, because it's a difficult journey. Getting to unconditional love means you need to battle everything that's getting in the way of that. So if we just look at the chart, I'm going to pull up the other chart now. I'm just going to check now if it's cleared first. Depression is 0, is quarter. No, it's 0. Okay, so we've cleared the depression. I just want to show you another chart. Let me pull it up, and this is the chart of the map of consciousness. Okay, so if you look at this chart, okay, look at this chart on the map of consciousness, okay? Now, see where you think depression might be. Depression is somewhere in the range of apathy, you know? So we're looking at that low of vibration, somewhere at like 50, and we want to get to at least 200, which is courage, to even get into the positive range, okay? So we want to get from 200 to get into the positive range, and then we need to go even higher if we want to get to love. Love is at 500 and joy is at 540. So look how much of a task there is. Now look at us. A lot of us are stuck at desire. We're stuck in yearning. We're just in that codependent stage where you want what you want. You're stuck in the desire, and you haven't brought yourself up to the level of courage or higher to be able to learn to manifest whatever it is that you want.